Hey everyone, it's Irene again. Sorry, it's the time between vlogs are not very even, but I thought I would vlog today and tell you about my trip to France. So I went to Paris last weekend and met up with one of my friends, and she brought a friend with her because she's currently studying in Granada, so she brought one of her friends from Granada with her. And we met up with one of her friends from France when she studied abroad in France, and we were staying at a hostel, and so we also met this Australian girl who was sharing a room with us. And it was a really fun trip. The first day we were there, we went and saw a lot of random churches that are really pretty, and we walked 10 miles to find a panini. It was a good panini, so like if I had flown to France just for the panini, it wouldn't have been worth it, but at least half the walk was worth it. But so we did see some of the touristy things when we were there. The first thing we saw was the Louvre. So here we are walking into the Louvre, and it was really pretty. I really liked the art. This was actually one of my favorite things we saw. It's a statue entitled Victory. It was really pretty. We saw the Mona Lisa, which is nice, but it wasn't my favorite painting. We saw, there's a painting of all the stages of the Passion with the Resurrection and the Ascension mixed in, and it was really good. That was my favorite painting. And then we went to go see the Eiffel Tower, but we went at night, so we had this really pretty view of it. Some of my favorite pictures we took. And while looking, you also see this random carousel. So shout out to Megan in Story City. But we were gonna go to see the Eiffel Tower, and apparently one of the things you do there, or one of the things you can do, is take a bottle of wine with you and drink wine while viewing the Eiffel Tower. And as I stated in a few videos back, I can't drink alcohol, which on things like that you feel really left out, right? So we're in the store, and they're all talking about which wine they want to get, and the Australian had asked me earlier in the day, is there anything from the States that you miss? And my first thought was, well, I have Skype, so I can still contact my friends and family. I don't really miss anything. Standing in that wine aisle, I did think of something I miss, and that is sparkling grape juice. Usually, if my friends of age and I are hanging out and they decide that they want a drink, I'll get a bottle of sparkling grape juice. And I haven't had one since being over here. And my theater class and I will always go to a pub after we see a production to discuss what we think of the production. And so being around a lot of going to pubs, a lot of it being a cultural norm here, it is making me miss my sparkling grape juice. And so I told the Australian this, and my friend who I was visiting, her friend who's from France asked, what is that? And so she explained it's basically this fizzy grape juice, and her friend said, oh, we have something like that, it's just not grape juice. So she took us to this aisle where they had Champagne Mai, which is basically sparkling apple juice. And so of course we bought a bottle, and I felt less left out at the Eiffel Tower, and that was really nice. After we finished the Eiffel Tower, we went and saw Notre Dame, which is really pretty at night. And so outside Notre Dame, there is the star, which marks the center of the city. And the legend around the star is that if you touch it, you will someday return to the city. So here's the star, and it's really pretty. And so of course we touched it. So that's all of our feet on the star, even the girl from France. And so yeah, so I got back, and of course, the champagne was very in my head because it's the first sparkling drink I've had since being here. And like I said, I go to a pub almost every Monday, and so it's still a bit of I miss my sparkling grape juice. So one of the people at the theater I internship in told me that there is something similar here in the UK that he just couldn't remember what it was called. And so we went to a store. We went to buy our weekly groceries as per usual, and my roommate asked one of the sales clerks, and so we got this tonight, which is sparkling grape juice. It's pink and white grapes, and it tasted so good. So yeah, that made my day. Also, since being here in England, we have to cook most of our own food here. In London, we have to cook most of our own food while studying abroad because it's required. And so I've been eating a lot of one dish in particular, and that is chicken bulgogi. And I'm getting really good at making it, if I do say so myself. Here's a picture of my last batch. And it just, I don't know, this is going to sound really weird. So since being here, I've discovered that I am eating a lot of chicken bulgogi and listening to K-pop, like nonstop. And you would think, like, I grew up listening to country music. I'm an American teenager. I would listen to, well, not teenager, I'm 20, but we're going to skip over that for a minute. I'd listen to American pop or country and feel less homesick. Well, yeah, technically that would be true if it wasn't for the fact that in middle school, my best friends introduced me to K-pop. I've been listening to it ever since. And so since being here, I don't know, listening to K-pop and eating chicken bulgogi has made me feel not homesick at all. Well, not completely at all, but not as homesick as I would be. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, you'd think that a cheeseburger and a good country song would make me feel at home, but it's bulgogi and Vicks. I don't know. But yeah, so this weekend is going to be the Chinese New Year. So I'm planning to go to Chinatown this weekend. I'm really excited. But yeah, as per usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments. Any comments in general, I really enjoy them. I got on YouTube today to see how many views are good, and I saw I had 2 comments. Thank you so much. That made my day. So yeah, feel free to leave comments, questions, things you think I should see. And I will have another vlog for you soon. Bye!